What is going on, you degenerates? Today, I have a very special one for you. Yes, that's right. We're talking about testosterone, the elixir of life, the ecstasy of the gym, the coup de grace of everything. So, as many of you know, I use AI to build out and improve everything in my life. And so, one morning I sat down, opened the laptop. I had a huge to do list, and I ditched the to do list and I built out a testosterone supplement protocol using AI. I went back and forth for hours over the right supplements, the right timing, when to take them, how to take them, and everything that's needed to make my testosterone go through the roof. And let me tell you, shockingly effective, like incredible. Within 2 weeks, I added 30 pounds to my squats, which for like a beginner squatter would be like, okay, whatever. But if you've been squatting a little while, adding 30 pounds is significant. I added 20 pounds to my bench press. Every single workout was like just flawlessly incredible. I was able to get a solid pump and exert myself in an impressive manner without like having, when you get to that wall and you just got to continue to push. No, there was none of that. It was all just like open free range and just maximum pump and push. It was just like veins popping out the forehead, that good fucking beet red face because of the pump. And it was wonderful. Not only that, but after 2 weeks on the protocol, I was well into a full recomposition, which means that I was burning body fat and building muscle at the same time, which is absolutely incredible. And many people claim doesn't happen, but yes, it can happen if you have the right circumstances. And through building out this protocol with I made those circumstances. Not only that, but my diet, I didn't have like the insatiable cravings of like constantly eating and needing sugar and like I just wanted to eat like simple whole foods. I just craved like beef, eggs, yogurt, like just simple foods. I was just like, yep, this is fuel. I need this. Dump it into my body. Let's use it for what I need. Let's get going. Let's get back in the gym. Let's get some work done. It was like just everything that sometimes or often feels difficult was just, yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's fucking get it done. So it was incredible. I would strongly recommend if maybe this supplement protocol doesn't seem dialed in for you, that you do your own research and maybe work with an AI model to build out your own protocol because finding the right supplement protocol is essential to getting your T levels up there where Jesus is. So, this is not medical advice. First off, I would like to start by saying that. But this might be maybe lifting advice or this might be muscle growth advice, call it what you want. This helped me significantly. So now we'll jump right into it. There are 3 stacks for this protocol. That is a morning, a midday, and an evening. So we'll start off with the morning. The first one that I went to, Tongkat Ali. Now, this is one that I already consumed previously. I cycled Tongkat Ali before I even talked to the AI model about building this protocol. And knowing that I was trying to build a superhuman testosterone protocol, I knew it would be in there because I'd already found it effective. But if you haven't used Tongkat Ali, this would be like the number one on the list of just get this in your regimen because it's going to shoot your testosterone up. It's going to boost it. Like it's undeniable. No, so Tongkat Ali boosts free testosterone by reducing SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin, also lowers cortisol and improves the testosterone to cortisol ratio. And I know it's effective. Already before this, I had done it, I consumed it, I cycled it 3 weeks on, 1 week off, is how I do it. Now, there is some discussion over varying doses. So I would still, this is not medical advice, do whatever you do at your own discretion. What I do is I do a single week with just the normal dose of 2 capsules, and then I do 2 weeks of 3 capsules. I add on an extra capsule. And then I have the cycle off, and then right back into two, and then 2 weeks of three. But again, do things at your own discretion. But I mean, I think if you're concerned about supplementation, well, there is people shooting, all sorts of shit into their leg and their ass cheek. There's people fucking taking Tren and D-Bol and Anavar. And I would consider everything here to be much safer. Just, as a centralized thought. I don't think it's that difficult to understand. But next on the list, Fadogia agrestis, another one that's often kind of grouped in there with the Tongkat Ali. Many people are aware of it. I actually hadn't taken Fadogia agrestis. I don't know why. I know that Huberman claims that this will grow your testicles, and I don't think my balls grew. I didn't measure them before. I think my balls are the same size. But hey, maybe if you're not just trying to boost your T and you want some large fucking testes, it might be something you go with. Didn't work for me though. But what Fadogia agrestis does is it stimulates the luteinizing hormone, signaling your body to produce more testosterone and has a strong impact on libido. Ooh, hey, maybe if you're having some issues with that, then add that in there. But definitely felt like I got a little bit from that. And then another one added to the morning, Shilajit. Okay. Shilajit, I think I looked at this when I was trying to get like better skin and hair quality, and that this was on there. But this is in there for testosterone. It's added to the protocol. AI definitely thought this one was a 100% necessary. And so this is packed with fulvic acid and minerals, which supports mitochondria and has been clinically shown to raise total testosterone. And so what's critical there is it says it supports mitochondria, right? So when I think about testosterone increases and overall like building muscle, burning fat, I think about everything happening on a cellular level because you need the individual cells to function and have the energy and the ability to act in a way that performs these functions, to utilize your hormones, to burn fat, to increase muscle. And when you think about it on that level, anything that's supporting the individual cells and their functionality is just right off the top of my head. I'm like, yep, go for that. I'm doing it. Yes. So, Shilajit. Give it a shot if you want. Now, one other thing I do add into the morning protocol or stack is a packet of LMNT. Most people are familiar with LMNT. And so obviously LMNT is used for hydration and make sure that you've got your proper electrolytes. Again, make sure that your cells are able to trigger and signal and function. Wonderful. But the crucial part of the LMNT for the testosterone is the magnesium. And so magnesium, well, low levels of magnesium is 100% proven to show a decrease in testosterone. So just making sure across the board that you have plenty of magnesium throughout your day is essential for making sure that you can shoot your testosterone through the roof. Because not only are we doing things to increase our testosterone, but we want to do things that are going to make sure that we don't minimize our testosterone because life is shit sometimes. Life is stressful, life is tough. Sometimes you accidentally get your girl pregnant. Sometimes you lose sleep. And guess what? That doesn't help your testosterone. No. It makes it go, yeah, not good. So magnesium will help avoid that. Then we get on to midday. That was the morning. We covered our morning. Now we're hitting midday. We're like, all right, my T is already fucking functioning. I'm going about my day. I feel good. I feel like a man. Next, we're hitting ourselves with some Mucuna Pruriens. Yeah, that's an interesting one to say. What this does is it contains L-Dopa. It increases dopamine, supports testosterone and LH production, also improves semen quality. Okay. Well, that's contrary to what I just said, because I just said you don't want to get your girl pregnant if you want your T high, but this is improving semen quality. So use at your own discretion, especially on this one. But anyways, anything that is increasing dopamine in a proven more healthy manner, in my eyes, is going to be good. Because one thing that seems contrary and interesting about testosterone is that when you think about high T levels, you think about a guy that's pissed off and angry and punching holes in walls. And that can happen sometimes when your testosterone goes through the roof. But stress negatively affects testosterone. So stress is lowering your testosterone. But when you get high testosterone, you seem kind of angry and stressed, which is a weird dynamic. But if you're doing things that are going to improve your dopamine and your overall mental clarity and decline your stress levels, then you're gonna help out your testosterone. So you're gonna wanna do that. And that could even be simple things that aren't supplement related. That could just be like daily little meditations or breathing exercises. Box breathing is wonderful. Getting plenty of vitamin D through sunlight exposure is spectacular. Like very easy. I love to just lay out in the sun and tan for a while, put the AirPods in and just cancel out the world. Wonderful. And it's great on stress. And I feel like that helps boost my testosterone as well. Another one. This is stinging nettle root. All right. This prevents testosterone from being bound to SHGB, boosting free testosterone, and also supports prostate health. Again, be wary, you don't want to get someone pregnant. That's not going to be good because you're all of a sudden going to have a dad gut, and that's not going to help your testosterone. But having proper urinary tract health and prostate health is good for the production of testosterone as well as semen quality. But in the end, if you're just wary and careful, then you shouldn't have an issue and you should be able to boost that T. And that's all we want to do, right? All I want, I was once an opiate addict. Keep this in mind. And so people who are addicted often who come off of it, there's lots of people that have fitness or gym addictions. And people always kind of laugh at and say that, oh, they still wish they were doing drugs. It's no, I think my T, getting that T high is way, I would choose it now anytime over drugs, 100%. It's so addictive and just driving that I'm sold on it every single time. Yes, I want high T. Yes, I want the pump. Yes, I want to go up in weight. That's what I want. I don't give a shit about anything else. So I'm trying to boost that T. Next, this is a blend of a few things, but this is by UMZU. So you've probably seen their ads. They're the ZooPoo one. I've tried the ZooPoo. It didn't do a goddamn thing. That was trash. But this is Redwood Max. They also have a regular Redwood that works wonderfully. But what Redwood does is it doesn't directly increase your testosterone, but it is wonderful for vasodilation. It helps with blood flow. It increases nitric oxide, which is all wonderful for actually getting the pump in the gym. It's great for moving more weight. It's great for overall energy. So just across the board, anything that's going to help you pump more, push more is going to be wonderful because the more you feel like you can do, the more weight you can put on the bar. Just the act of moving the weight alone is going to increase your testosterone. I mean, how many times have you gone up in weight? You finally hit that weight that you were trying to hit for 3 months and you hit it. You just got a testosterone boost after you racked that shit. I promise you. You felt jacked, you felt big, you felt pumped, you felt the happiest you've been in a long time. Right? That's why we go to the gym, because we can forget about all the other bullshit. We can just go, guess what? Today I'm hitting 225. That's my goal. And when you do it, it's all of a sudden just, oh, it's wonderful. So this does help with that. Shockingly impressive, I will say. Usually I try not to go with things that have a blend of ingredients, but I've used this in the past once before, and it's quite incredible, I will say. UMZU does a good job on this one, even though their ZooPoo is kind of bullshit. And then what everyone's talking about right now, creatine monohydrate. Creatine does not also directly affect testosterone production, but we all know it improves strength, it improves recovery, it improves anabolic signaling, and that's all wonderful for testosterone. So I think just overall, creatine should be in everyone's regimen. Everyone should be consuming creatine because just the benefits are endless. It's just unnegotiable at this point. Finally, we're to the evening. We're to the end. You're like, Jesus, how many things do I got to buy? How many products do I got to understand? And I got to get the timing right. I don't even remember what was in the morning stack. Just take it easy. You'll get there. You'll figure it out. You'll find out what works for you. You'll find out what you don't want to spend the money on, and you're going to get your tea up. Okay? You will. You will. We're on to the evening. So as I said before, stress negatively affects testosterone. And so in the evening, we will be consuming some ashwagandha, which is great for lowering cortisol. Not only does cortisol is the stress hormone. So when your cortisol goes up, your stress is going up. But you want cortisol to be lowered in the evening because you want to go to sleep. You don't want to be stressed when you're going to sleep because nobody's relaxed and going to sleep well when their cortisol's through the roof. And so ashwagandha directly affects that, therefore boosting your testosterone, and has also been proven to help testicular function. Cool. Ashwagandha. There we go. Thank you, AI. Next, we talked about magnesium and the importance in making sure you hit your magnesium every single day so that your testosterone doesn't plummet. And so this one is a special magnesium. Maybe you've heard of it. This is magnesium L-Threonate. So this doesn't just have regular magnesium. It actually has a magnesium form that crosses the blood-brain barrier, which usual magnesium does not do. So not only does this make sure you're hitting your magnesium, but it is helping your cognitive function. It's improving the way you think and you perform and you act, which leads to higher hormone production. Again, crucial. This is like, it also helps your sleep, which, on a side note, right now, we will cover, regardless of these supplements aside, if you aren't getting proper sleep every single night, bed at the same time, awake at the same time every morning, 7.5 to 8.5 hours, don't start with the supplements. Get some sleep. Just get some sleep. Next, if you aren't eating right, if you aren't eating quality foods and nutrition, if you're hitting Taco Bell on your lunch break, if you're just chowing down Chick-fil-A every day, look, every once in a while, no big deal. Enjoy it. But if you're just trying to dirty bulk your way through to maybe getting some high tea, you are just attacking your testosterone levels. Refined sugars, seed oils, all these things that you hear things about that aren't so good, there's a reason. Just eat some quality foods, eat some quality nutrition. Those two things alone, the sleep and the diet, will shoot your testosterone through to ungodly levels. It's just undeniable. So tackle those two things before you give any of this a shot. Disclaimer. Now that we've got that out of the way, we've got one more blend from UMZU Testro-X. I like the name. Is this an Elon supported supplement, Testro-X? It might be. I don't know. Although the way he's been looking recently, I mean, no shade, but I don't know if his testosterone's going up or down. But nonetheless, he's got a stressful life. So look, what did we just say? Stress leads to low T, less stress, high T. So this has magnesium. Additionally, we're covering all our magnesium bases. We're not going low on magnesium today or tomorrow or anytime because we don't want that. It's got zinc. It's got more ashwagandha. Okay, we're covering all our bases. And then it's got leucine, which is the primary hormone for muscle protein synthesis. So again, taking this at night, once we just had our dinner, we're making sure that we're able to anabolize, we're able to build that muscle. Seeing muscle on our body, having more mass is going to shoot up our T levels, which is wonderful. It also has boron. So boron is proven to increase testosterone. When you look at just basic vitamins for testosterone, boron's always going to be on there. So we've got it. Basically just targeting testosterone through mineral support and stress regulation. This is actually quite a wonderful blend. Again, I don't like to use blends, but this is just the Redwood and the Testro-X from UMZU are pretty quality ways to get kind of wholesome coverage on there. And then lastly, this is the one that everyone's probably already doing. It's basic, it's simple. It's just a multivitamin. That's it. We want to cover all our bases. We want to make sure we are good. And that's this. Make sure all our vitamins and minerals are covered, making sure we're healthy and we're functioning, our cells are firing, and we're just ready to go. So that is all. Oh yeah, that's all. What was that, like 18? I don't know, but look, the thing is, we have the capability right now to build ourselves into better people. We have the information at our fingertips. We have the ability to train AI models into like what our system, our individual bodies need. And you can do that for increasing your testosterone. You can do that for building your muscle, for building a gym plan, whatever it is. You should be doing it because it's going to take way less time, way less effort, and it's going to be much more effective than you just giving some random thing a shot or listening to some random jack dude talk about how he, eats 400 grams of ginger a day and that's why he's jacked. It's like, well, I guess I got to eat 400 grams of ginger a day. I don't, that doesn't sound enjoyable. No, it's like, just figure out what works, the basis of what works for you and feels good, and then dial it in with the information and support that you now have at your fingertips. So I hope that you found this helpful. I would love to hear feedback. If any of you try any of these products and you have a good experience, a bad experience, a nothing experience, please let me know. Leave it in the comments and give it a like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one for the next Superhuman protocol. We'll be building these out and see you guys.